So this is a quick walkthrough through this assignment prototype. And what's left to do is that we would like to display the results with the nice heading. Okay, so first thing to do is to create a header for the report. As you can see in my report, there is no header printed. So of course here on top of print indicators, you can add a header, print the header, or potentially you can have a separate method inside the dice roller class that could be called print headers or print header, something like this. So I want you to be able to do that. So basically add the header. The second part we already discussed. The prototype does not have a does not exclude combinations of roles with 0 counts. And by the way, this also includes, let me rerun this with the low number, like for instance 10 times. You see that when I roll 10 times, combinations in this attempt, right, in this series of 10 rolls of the pairs of dice, combinations 2, 5, and 9 never rolled. So their counts are 0. So one of the requirements is here to exclude these from printing. So of course the statistical count comes from here, dice pair count. So inside this loop you can add an if statement and say that if this is 0, right, so if this gives you 0, just skip, don't print it. Or rather you can say if this is non-zero, then print. Okay, so that should work for number 1 right here. Exclude, filter out the combinations that have never been rolled. By the way, in addition to this, we only use this for simplicity of indexing of these combinations inside this array. So array elements 0 and 1 are just wasted. There is no way to roll a pair of dice to generate combination 0, because the smallest one is 1 plus 1. And likewise, the combination 1 is also impossible because it's like 1 plus 0. So that's not working. So therefore, their statistical indicators here, the count is going to be always 0. So this automatically, this part right here, the first part, will automatically filter out these unused portions. So right here, I have an example where I print only 7, 10, 4, and 2, which were rolled 5, 2, and 2, and 1 times. And you can see that there are no roll counts set to 0. So this is your job to be able to filter this out. And finally, you should add some code to calculate and print the percent of the roll counts. So basically, as you can see, the total number here, 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, is going to be 10. So 5 is 50%, 2 is 20%, and so forth. So I want you to compute this percent of the number of combinations, number of counts, as they correspond to the entire series length. Okay, so if we enter a bigger number right here, like 100, basically I want to be able to see in the third column of this report what is the percentage of 2 in this entire 100. So obviously this will be 2%, right? So this should equal 2%, 3%, 6%, and number 6, combination 6, was rolled 18%. But it doesn't have to be like exactly 100. It could be like any number, and I still want you to be able to compute the percent and print the percentage as it corresponds to these counts within the pool or the length of the entire series. So this is the summary of this homework assignment, and you feel free to download the prototype and just basically most of the changes that you need to do is inside the print indicators, because I'm just asking you to do these final features specific to what you should be printing. So obviously it's mostly related to this method print the indicators. And when you're done with your work, as always, just zip the source folder and submit it as a single zip archive. That's the best way to submit the specific homework.